Welcome back, class. Today we're going to be talking about mastery. I know. I said we would be talking about gathering today, but I pushed that back to next week because this is extremely important for gathering and for other life skills, so I want it to be a separate video from gathering. So remember, these guides are for people who want to rely less on the market or not use the market at all. So if you're here wanting a good guide on that, I would just suggest go get your Manos stuff, go get all that junk, get your Lightstones, get your crystals, buy all of that, and you're good. You're good to go. Now, for anyone who's still here not wanting to do that, let's get into this. First off, mastery is used in every single life skill except for farming, bartering, and trading. So don't equip mastery gear for those skills, instead just go for EXP. All other skills, though, do benefit from mastery, and I'm not going to go into specifics for what mastery does for each of them in this video, but future videos on each of those life skills will go into much more detail. Mastery is currently capped at 2,000. This doesn't mean you can't go over 2,000, but you get no added effects. So once you hit 2,000, just go for XP or weight limit or whatever else you want to go for. So let's talk about accessories. You have 4 different types of accessories that give mastery. You have Logia, Geranoa, Manos, and Floramos. So let's talk about Logia and Geranoa. They're both bought from Zaira and Velia, 1.5 million and 15 million apiece. Manos accessories are crafted though. You can also buy them, but it's a little bit more complicated than just buying them for silver. So we'll talk about those in a minute. But to craft them, you're going to need 10 Essence of Nature, 5 Mana Stones, 10 Scorch Fragments, or 40 Magical Shards. And then depending on the type that you're making, you're going to need 100 pure vanadium or titanium crystals. Then you're going to need Powder of Time, Darkness, Flame, or Earth, depending on what you are making. Those should be up on screen right now. Logia accessories are enhanced using black gems, so they'll also blow up when you fail. So you can use Cron Stones. I don't know how expensive the Crons are. I don't think it's really worth it on those. They're cheap, easy to get. So just buy them and just blow them up. Try to get them to try maybe Tet at most, and then once you have them to try, you're probably just going to want to move on to Manos. I suggest skipping the Geranoa, because Geranoas use the concentrated magical black gems as well as the Manos, so they both use it. So I would just skip those. And remember, for all accessories, that fail stacks don't matter. They have a fixed enhancement rate. So your fail stacks won't get eaten, but also don't put a fail stack on. And they also recently changed accessories in that you're now able to cron them. So instead of them blowing up, they'll just have a chance to go down a level. And it's not even a guaranteed chance that they go down. So for Manos, I actually think for an account like mine, where I don't use the marketplace at all, it is completely worth it to always cron every single attempt. Now let's talk about the Floramos accessories. These are just an equivalent to a Tri-Manos. They're unenhanceable, and you can only get 2 per account. The first one you can get is through your Season Seals of Journey. Click on your currency tab, go to that, they cost 100. The second one you can get is through Liana. There's a quest that you can do. You either trade in Witch's Delicacies, Mysterious Catalyst, or Fairy's Breath, and it's going to be 300 of any one of those. And I would suggest you go for the necklace or the belt, or both if you have both available. Those ones give you the most mastery. And let's say you get a Tet Manos belt or something. Well, you can just go ahead and replace it. The Floramos, you can just go exchange it for another one. So that only costs 10 concentrated magical black gems, but you can only do it once per day. So it's not really that expensive. So if you regret your choice, you can change it fairly easily. Now let's talk about the other few ways to get Manos. So you can get it from bartering. You can get it through exchanging crow coins that you get from bartering. You can get it through your Radiant Shakatu Seals, and you can get it through the night market. So let's first talk about that night market. The night market is a vendor that spawns between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. in-game time. He spawns in every major city. To unlock his shop, you have to roll energy, and you only get to view one item at a time, and then each time you want to re-roll it, you have to spend more energy. And the odds of you getting a Manos accessory is pretty low. You're probably mostly going to get black stones, sharps, Kaffir stones, stuff like that. Your next option is through special bartering. This is also rare, so I wouldn't suggest going for this one either. Your other option, though, is by trading in 2,500 crow coins for an accessory, which is a fairly accessible way. 2,500 crow coins is quite a bit. It's going to take you a while to get it, but I don't think that's a horrible trade-in. And then the last place that I said was through Radiant Shakatu Seals. You can trade in 100 of those. You get 10 a month, plus you get some from events, so it's actually more like 15 or 20 a month. you trade it in for a Tri-Manos accessory. Next, let's talk about clothes and tools. So again, clothes and tools are going to be specific for each life skill, so we're going to talk about it in more depth when we get to those videos. But in general, you can buy the green and the blue versions from Zaira. Again, she's in Velia, same person you got the Logia and the other accessories from. But I would just suggest maybe doing Logia up to Tri at most, and then moving on to Manos as soon as you can. Now, I'm not going to go into crafting Manos clothes or tools in this video, but just know that it's not that hard. I should have some more videos in this playlist that will go into each of the crafting recipes. So if it's the sailing clothes, I'll go to the sailing video if that's out yet. But it's not going to be out for probably a few months. So if you're watching this video when it comes out, you're going to just have to look that up yourself. But if not, look for one of my other videos in the playlist and you should be able to find it. Next, let's talk about artifacts and lightstones. So for artifacts, there are 3 different life skilling artifacts, one that gives drop rate, one that gives mastery, and one that gives XP. So there's only that one option. It's the Sethra's artifact, life skill mastery. This is obtained through just like randomly gathering. You'll just get one. So if you're doing your farming, if you're out like cutting down trees, you can just randomly get one. Now let's talk about lightstones. So lightstones are actually really annoying to get. The EXP ones are super easy to get, but the mastery ones suck. So if you are a person who is only limited in using the marketplace rather than being completely banned from it, go and buy these. It's not worth it. If you're one of those people, I would suggest looking for the Hand of Manos set if you're looking for just a general life skilling setup, but there's also some other ones that you can get that are specific to each life skill, and those are going to be better than the Hand of Manos. But if you're only wanting to buy one set, the Hand of Manos is probably your best bet. Now, for everyone else who's not using the marketplace, all I have to say is good luck. I've opened up hundreds of these, and I still have only gotten a singular mastery one, and it was for sailing or something. So it's not easy. It takes a while. Next, let's talk about crystals. There is only one crystal that gives mastery, and it is called the Vital Crystal. Now, to make the Vital Crystal, you need 100 magical Lightstone crystals, 50 magical shards, a trace of nature, and 10 bloody tree knots, and then finally a forest crystal. The forest crystal is the hardest part to get. To get them, you're going to get them through either sniper hunting near the Amugi Shrine, kind of west of Sangoon, and there's a work node at Dokubi Forest. If you need a worker guide, it's linked in the description. And then you also get one guaranteed from the Eyes of Adventure. It's in your adventure log bookshelf, and it's in like the Land of Morning Light section. It's from chapter 8 or something, so you're going to have to do all the Kebi chests if you want to get to it. Now, because those forest crystals are kind of annoying to get, I am not going to give you a specific setup, but just fill your slots with those random life XP crystals you get from leveling up your life skills. Also, some weight effects are going to be good, so the Gervish set is a good one for that. Next, let's talk about Alchemy Stones. So there are currently 2 Alchemy Stones that give mastery, and that is the Khan's Heart Life, and it gives you 25, and the Stella's Spirit Stone, which gives you 100. Now, the thing about the Stellas is you can only get it through events and 100 or 1,000 loyalties, and it's not repairable, so once it breaks, it's gone. So I don't really suggest using it, but if you have them, use them. But I wouldn't use the loyalties on them. Now, those 2 are pretty annoying to get, so I would suggest going for the Treants tier. Now, you could go for the Crafted Alchemy Stones, or you could go through the Spirit Alchemy Stones, which are super cheap, and you get them from Grand and Consumables monsters, but you can't repair those, and you can repair the Treants tier. Now, to get a better thing than the Treants tier, you need to go to tier 4 on the crafted ones, so that's kind of annoying to do as well. So the Treants tier is super easy to get, and you get it super fast. It's the Life 101 quest, and it takes like 15 minutes to do, and it's a pretty good Alchemy Stone, so I just suggest doing that. The last thing I want to talk about now is consumables. So you have 2 consumables that give mastery that are not like food or elixirs or something. So it's the Secret Book of Florin and the Giovann Grolin Support Scroll. They both give you 100 mastery, which is a lot. So the way that you get the Book of Florin is you can either craft them or you get them from Black Spirit Adventure. That's where I get most of mine. But to craft them, you're going to do Liana weekly quests, and you're going to try to get Floramos petals. And then you're going to buy Liana's Catalyst, but this can only be done 1 time per week. Then you can buy the other Catalyst in her shop. That's once a week as well, but you use 1 item collection increase scroll with it. And then there's 1 other recipe that you can do anytime, but it requires 15 of the Floramos petals with 1 item collection entry scroll, so I don't really think it's worth it. This one you'll just get as you go, and I wouldn't really worry about crafting them. The Giovanni Drolan support scroll, you're just going to get through events. Now let's talk about food. So there's 2 things that give you mastery. The seafood cron meal. We're not going to go into that because that's annoying to make. If you're using the marketplace, buy them. If not, wait for my video to come out. It's going to be a doozy. Then your other option is savory steak. So you're going to craft this using pepper, fig, cooking wine, and lion meat. If you need any help getting pepper or fig, look at my farming video for pepper, and for fig, look at my worker video. And then the final thing that we're going to look at is the Elixir of Mastery. And so this gives 10, and then you can get the Elixir of Improved Mastery, which gives 15. For a self-sufficient player, these are annoying to make, so we're not going to talk about this until we go into Alchemy. Just know that these are an option that you can use, but they don't really give enough to justify how much they cost to make, unless you're going to get a bracket. For most skills, you get a bracket every 50 mastery, but for processing, you're going to get one every 20 mastery. Even if you do get a bracket, though, it may still not be worth it, because it's kind of expensive to make, especially in the early game. But just know that that is an option, although I don't know if it's actually super worth it. Anyway, though, I think that's going to be it for Mastery. There's much more to life skilling here than just Mastery, but we'll go into that in the respective videos because there's different things that are important for different life skills. Let me know if you have any questions, or if I missed something, there will be a pinned comment and you can comment if I did miss anything. If you have a question and this video is like a year old, don't be afraid to comment. I will probably be able to come back and answer your question. With that though, I just want to say thank you so much for watching.